Welcome to this discussion that we're going to have on Hulu's new original comedy series, This Fool. How funny is that, you guys? Right? The show is out today, so I know you guys are going to go home and finish watching the rest of the 9 episodes. My name is Marcela Izaza, and I am a journalist with KABC 7, Channel 7 here in Los Angeles. I work on a show called On the Red Carpet, and I am from Los Angeles. I grew up working class. I grew up in neighborhoods that look just like that. I grew up in the hood, and I am so proud to be here, and I'm so proud to be moderating this panel, and I'm ecstatic about this show, and I think, just seeing how Hulu believes in a story like this and seeing the importance of why stories like this need to be told is just phenomenal. So I want to introduce one of the co-stars first of the show, Frankie. Where's Frankie? Frankie Quinones. Woo! Hilarious, Frankie. And of course, now I want to bring up the creator, the co-creator, the co-executive producer, and the star of the show, Chris. Where's Chris Estrada? Congratulations, you guys. All right, so Chris, you gave us a little information before it started on how the show started and everything, but we had talked previously on your vision of the show, because I know that you're a lover of film.
Yeah.
And so tell us a little bit about the vision that you had. What did you want this to feel like and be?
Well, when I was working with the showrunners, which are Jake Weissman, Matt Ingebrigtsen, and Pat Bishop, we all love movies, and we love shows like Atlanta that look dope and cinematic, and we wanted to approach that the same way, and we just wanted to make it look like a film. We wanted to make it a little weird, a little surreal, stuff like that, maybe in ways that you haven't seen a neighborhood look like that before.
I totally understand what you mean when you say a little weird.
Yeah.
But it's normal to me. Probably
Cool.
It's normal to you. It's normal to you, Frankie. But it is a little bit weird, I think, maybe for a lot of people. What do you mean specifically by that?
Just weird in the way, the pacing, the way that we shot it, making it look a little more cinematic, taking your time with things, embracing like weird moments in the show,
And you mentioned earlier you guys brought on SNL alum Fred Armisen, which is just such a big deal, to have his support for a show like this. Tell us a little bit more about how he became involved with the project. What did he think when he first read the script?
We sent him the treatment. We had like 10 pages with images and descriptions, and then I thought we weren't going to hear back for like a month, and then he hit us up like a week later, and he was like, yeah, I like this, so let's keep talking. And then I was working at this time, like I said, at a warehouse, so I think when we talked, I talked to him during my lunch break and for the first time. That was real cool, and he was really supportive the whole time.
And he loves LA.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this,
LA
but
guy.
Fred Armisen is like a true lover of LA. And he had said that he had seen a lowrider show near Dodger Stadium, and he was really intrigued with the culture. Tell us about that.
I think he, not too long ago, he mentioned that he saw like a lowrider show at Elysian Park. I think they have like a monthly show there. And so I think on Sundays, and he saw that, and he was like, yeah, he just loved it. And he loved that culture of LA.
Yeah, for sure. And, Frankie, you're one of the co-stars in this series. You are just so funny in it. And the heart of this show really is the relationship between these cousins, Tell us a little bit about this relationship that you guys have and the relationship that you guys have in real life.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of funny because, I've known Chris a long time, and the first time I saw him, I've been doing stand-up it'll be 16 years, this fall. And I remember I was at a place called Echoes Under Sunset in Echo Park. It's just a little cafe. You do your little open mic. And I remember I was going to go in there and work some shit out. Or can I say shit? Sorry. And I saw this fool for the first time there. And you know what I mean? As I'm a comedy fan first and an artist, sometimes you get inspired by up-and-comers. And then I got those chills in the back of my neck. And I just saw him do like 8 minutes, and in that 8 minutes, I saw a TV show. I'm like, oh, this homie's a story right here. And so, you know, I took him on the road with me, and we toured for about 3.5 years and stuff like that. And man, and you know, and he'd be in the lobby at the hotel on his thing working on this show. This has been a work in, a long work in progress. And then after the shows, you know, I want to go to the bar and get a drink. He'd go back to the room and, no, I got to work on this show, you know. And I was like, all right, cool. And then, yeah. So, but it's funny because,
I was tired of having shitty jobs.
Yeah, yeah. But it was like that. He'd be like, hey, homie, are you going to give me any gigs this week? Because I got to let my warehouse job know, you know? So it would be like that, you know? And things had just started happening for me, you know? I was sleeping on my homie's couch, all that. But, you know, Cholo Fit went viral, and so I was able to sell tickets. And then that thing happened. But I always imagined doing something like this that was so authentic to the way we grew up. You know, and the humor that comes along with that. And then, you know, there's a lot of portrayals of the type of characters you see in this show. But in this show, like, we're all trying to be better. And we're all on the same playing field. Like, we're all broke. Like, even Michael Imperioli, he's broke, too, running a nonprofit. Like, and we're just like, how do we get better? You know what I mean? And then it's
a
just
show
like,
about losers.
Yeah. It pretty much is a show about losers. How we try to get better.
Yeah. It's not a positive show. It's about losers.
But we're always talking smack to each other like we are in the show, even off the screen. Like, people will tell you, the other actors on the set, we're just constantly talking papas to each other all day, homie. Like, that's our relationship. So don't think you're all bad right now, homie, because you're sitting in the middle. Hey, I got a TV show now. Like, you know.
I was just going to say, who checks who? Who checks who in between sets?
It goes both ways, yeah.
You know, there's a really talented guy who's in the show. His name's Jamar Neighbors. He plays Chef Percy. He's a really talented dude who made the show even funnier. And one time he told me, he goes, the thing I love about the show is that, he said, what I like about this show is that nobody's shit in this show. He said, ain't nobody shit. He goes, you're a loser, your cousin's a loser. And he goes, everybody's a loser. So that was cool.
Even playing field, for everybody. You know, Frankie, we've seen a character like Luis so many times, and he's like the stereotypical, you know, ex-felon, and it's just like this like sad story, and we've never really seen it under this comedic eye. He's just trying to better himself. He's just trying to, you know, get back into the swing of things in life. Tell me a little bit about the tone that you wanted to give Luis when you stepped into this.
Yeah, so, you know, I mean, this role wasn't handed to me, which I was grateful for, because I really had to, you know, given the opportunity of these guys and Chris and, you know, some of the producers on the show, not everybody, but, you know, but they were like, I think Frankie could do it. But they always told me, because like I said, I was around Chris the whole time they were working on this show. And I've been friends with Pat Bishop, Maggie Engelbrecht, and Jake Weissman for over 10 years now. And so, you know, they were like, we knew you wanted to be involved. We wanted you to be involved in some capacity, even if it was just going to be the writer's room. And they pictured Luis being like this more bigger, like tougher fool. And then they were like, hey, you know what? Like, let's have this fool read. And then like Jonathan Groff and Fred Armisen were like, hey, you know what? This fool bringing kind of a Joe Pesci vibe to this shit. Like, it's making it more interesting. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, homie, you're right. Like, let's do that. You know, like, please give me the part. You know. And but Luis is actually a cousin of Chris's, and we have similar cousins. You know. And you know, my pops is an old school cholo. He turned his life, turns life around, but always had a lowrider community. That's another positive side of our culture. My cousin Ruben, who's here tonight, you know, he served his time, did his thing, and he came out and he turned his life around. Now he's all about his familia and doing his thing. And I love that this show shows that story. You know what I mean? And we get to be funny as fuck while doing it.
I also want to say I thrive off of negativity.
Yeah.
I'm a negative person to the end.
He's very negative, homie. Yeah. It's a lot to deal with, yeah. He'll suck the energy out of me sometimes. I'm like, hey, full positive vibes. And I'm like, all right,
And, you know, Frankie, we don't want to give too much away, but, you know, the world has changed tremendously in the past 8 years that Luis was locked up in prison, and he's got a lot to learn, but he references a particular movie. He references a particular character that is near and dear to his heart that none of you guys could ever guess, but it is hysterical the way it comes up in one of the episodes. Share a little bit about what that is.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm gonna make you do it too.
Yeah, baby. But yeah, he's just stuck in the Austin Powers phase. He was in prison for 8 years, and like that was a way that he bonded with his father, and he thinks it's hilarious, and obviously nobody else thinks it's as funny. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah. It was fun to play that character and then do it in a dinosaur costume. like, what are you doing, homie?
The little arms. I mean, it was great. It was really good stuff. So the series, first and foremost is a comedy, and I think it's a comedy that I look out and I'm so happy to see so many beautiful Latino faces. But it's a show that's going to resonate with anybody, everybody, like any work, any kind of class, any kind of race, any kind of age, because it has that connection, that human connection of, these individual characters that we see. Talk to me about the characters. Where did you get the characters from? Who's who?
Well, a lot of characters just came from my family. I mean, the character of Luis is actually based on my real cousin Luis, who I probably owe a lot of money to now for doing that. And also just some of my family members and people I named, I named people after people I knew, Just like there's an episode where there's a fight going on, and the character's name's Devante, and I named them after my neighbor. So, just trying to find real places so the show feels real and authentic.
Yeah. It's great. Right? You guys, I mean,
yeah.
It's so great. So you're both from LA, and each of you share, because, we're in Hollywood. We're on you guys, we're on a rooftop right now in Sunset.
Yeah. On Sunset Boulevard.
On Sunset Boulevard, talking about a show that might not have been made 10 years ago. Maybe
Hell
not
no.
even, aired 5 years ago, even though you started
Too
working on it
specific.
5 years ago. Tell us, where are you from? Where are you guys from in LA?
I grew up here in LA. I grew up in Inglewood, and I just wanted to write a show that felt like if you were from South Central, if you were from Inglewood, if you were from Compton, if you were from Gardena, like if you grew up in a neighborhood that was like both Latino and black, like you could fuck with this show, and it felt like yeah.
Yeah. Chris definitely has that South Central street cred, more than I got. But, I was born in San Fernando. I lived in a one-bedroom apartment in Chatsworth, California. My mom and dad are here tonight, and they worked their asses off to provide a better life for me and my family. Some of my family, they migrated from Zacatecas which is where Chris's mother's from. My abuelito's from Zacatecas, and they went to Pacoima and to Oxnard. So I was born in LA, and I was in San Fernando, and then at a young age, I moved to Ventura County, so I was out there, and my mom picked strawberries in those fields, and so it's an extreme honor to be here. And Mom, Dad, love y'all. Shit, thanks for being here. And I had a good life because of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw them struggle a lot. They had a lot of struggles, but they always made sure I was taken care of. And that's what gave me the inspiration to be like, you know what? I could do anything, homie. Fuck it. Yeah. Fuck what these fools say. Like, no, Chicano, you stay here in this corner. Like, nah, fuck that. We out here now, homie. Shit.
Great. Now I have to be positive.
Yeah.
I have to say positive things. I love my mom too, guys. That's not. Everybody loves their moms. Not that crazy. Everybody loves their moms. It's not that original, guys. We all love our moms. We get it.
Yeah. All right. So there are billboards all over the city. You guys are on buses. You guys are on Santa Monica. You guys are like everywhere. What has it been like driving around the city and seeing your billboard everywhere in your own city?
It feels cool. I mean, driving around, I used to do Postmates, so it's cool to drive around and be like, damn, I used to pick up food over here, and there's a billboard right there. So that's cool. I like that a lot. Yeah. I won. Yeah. I won. Yeah. I hope to make enough money that I can't ever relate to anyone who used to be in my position. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just remember just like driving down. Ever since I was a kid, I was always like performing. You know, I got a sprinkler head out of my dad's truck, and I was always trying to be a performer. But I remember always driving down Sunset Boulevard and thinking like, damn, man, this is where they make the TV, the movies, and all that. And then, you know, here we are there. And to do it this way, like representing like our shit is like, you know, it's a dream come true. So sorry,
actually,
too positive. Yeah.
Oh no. I do want to say one thing. The cool thing about seeing all the billboards is our main title artist is Chaz Boy Orquez, who's the godfather of West Coast graffiti. And if he's here, he should stand up. And he's an amazing, talented artist. And I think he's still here. But anyways, regardless, getting a chance to see him all over Los Angeles is really cool.
Yeah, and also, shout out to homie Esteban Orioles here, who's a LA legend photographer.
Right.
He took me and Chris out the other day. We went and shot some photos by some billboards. So thank you for that, OG. Solo Sass's Familia in the building. That's what's up.
Yeah, it was really cool to go out with Esteban, somebody who's had his LA Women book like years ago, and to have him take our pictures is pretty dope.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, Chris, how's it feel to be a Hollywood executive now?
Oh, man.
Hey, don't be telling them like that, all right? Because now you're going to, hey.
I sold my soul, guys. Sold my soul.
You signed the contract.
I signed the contract, yeah.
Yeah. So I do have to embarrass you and ask you, what does your mom have to say the fact that you're a Hollywood executive?
I don't know. I know she's here tonight, but I think she's happy. I hope she's proud. You know. Yeah.
She's just happy that fool has a job.
Yeah. So I think she was worried about me for a few years. You know, she was like, I had really bad jobs. Like all throughout my life, I've had bad jobs. Like I had a job where I used to pick up dog shit. So to be here, it's pretty crazy.
Well, I mean, you know, the show is on Hulu, which is a really, really big deal. Obviously, it's a huge platform. And you went straight to them with the pitch.
Yeah, that's right. We started pitching to networks, and Hulu was really the ideal place we wanted to be at. I'm not blowing smoke up in anybody's ass here who's from Hulu. But we were really hoping to be on Hulu, and that's what happened. Yeah.
I got to ask you, so what was that like? What was that pitch like?
It was great. I mean, it was cool because we felt ready. We worked on the pitch. We wrote like 8 drafts of it. We walked in with Fred Armisen, so that felt cool. And it was great. We walked in with Jake Weissman, Matt Ingebrigtsen, and Pat Bishop, who are also co-creators. And
gotta have the Jewish homies in there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shalom. Shalom forever. Yeah, part of the tribe, y'all. It's like.
And we want a season 2, so I'm gonna wrap this up now. Thank you, guys. You know, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great.
Well
Thank
done,
you so much.
Man.